Hi everyone, this is Frost for JuanSource.com, and this will be my first demo commentary on the website. I'm doing commentary on DE season. This match actually took place on ESA Invite LAN, so we'll get right into it. First round, we do a generic 2-3 split. We take the bomb with us outside of B, and I think the plan of this round was to actually, throw a fake middle and eventually wrap around through fence room, and then eventually hit B with us with the bomb, us three. And my job here, first round, is to kind of spot out B, see if they're playing aggressive. We know x3o likes to send an early rotate off of B, so I'm just waiting for any pushes, grenades, flashes, until my teammate works mid. And my two teammates actually get picked first round, so we just are forced to rush in the site. We spot a guy upper. So like we thought, they played a little passive. They rotated off real quick, so we're just trying to get the bomb down. Polar gets a good entry upper, and he gets picked off. But we did get the bomb down. This is going to be useful to us in the next couple of rounds when it comes to buying weapons. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll probably buy up third round because we got the bomb down this round, so it was very crucial we got the bomb down. Alright, so second round, we didn't quite get the win we needed, but we are going to buy up Deagles, hoping we can get some kills in and kind of put a dent into their money. I do believe we run something towards mid this round. What you're going to see here this round is us kind of grouping up on the mid steps, and we know they're not going to really play aggressive on an eco, so Daze kind of calls for us to throw a flash over mid and kind of charge this guy that's going to be playing mid. What Daze just did was throw a flash to see if we could bait any grenades middle, and then we threw a second set. That would actually be the one that we go in, and Polar actually gets a 1 dig, so it's really good for us. So I pick up the Clarion here. My main goal is, right at this point, it's just to try to get an extra kill, put an extra dent in their money. But if something should happen and we win the round, it's an extra bonus. And as you can see, we're not taking anything too fast. We're kind of just holding for pushes. A lot of teams get kind of nervous, especially on LAN. We were thinking x3o might make some kind of mistake and push us, so we're just kind of holding. And I was kind of low in HP, so I give my gun away to someone else. So I believe we elect to go back to B. We thought that'd be the best place to hit. As you can see, someone actually tried pushing us, but we weren't ready for it. So Dren gets freakazoid at B, but we think that he didn't spot anyone else, so our best bet was to go back to B and try to take the bomb there. But as you can see, with no luck, we get mowed down and Dren gets a nice 4K. Alright, so that bomb that we got down earlier is really going to come into play this round. We're going to start buying. Buying third round as opposed to fourth round sometimes can be beneficial because you can surprise them and get better guns over them earlier in the round, as opposed to, say, buying on fourth round. So my position really on this map on Terra's side is to control upper A. And it's important as a player upper A to, you can't let them know what's going on. Sometimes you're going to be sending 2 players, sometimes you're going to be sending 3. And Sunman gets me from the little brick spot, but Polar gets a counter kill. So we're watching Freakazoid. We do get 2 kills in A really quickly. This is the A bomb site. And we get the bomb down. And we got the bomb down again, so this is kind of guaranteeing us another buy next round, so we're already doing pretty well. Ryan planning behind the bricks, which is the safest spot on this map. So Ryan spots one cat, and he calls it for his teammate, and gets an entry before he dies. So it's a 2v1 situation, if I'm correct, and Daze played it right, but didn't quite get the kill. I'm not a huge fan of playing that spiral spot in a clutch situation, but sometimes things just happen, and he probably got stuck there. I know Dave's not a big fan of it too. It's easy to get naded, it's easy to get flashed there. Usually what you want to do is get into their upper or somewhere else in sight. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it, even though in situations where you have more than yourself, it's not a bad spot. So again, we're on an eco round. Daze calls to throw flashes mid, and we're on a deagle save. They throw smokes mid. And this spot I'm at mid is one of my favorite spots in the game. They can't really see your head at all, but you can see their entire body through this crack of the generator. So we're just holding for pushes, but they use this smoke really well. And AZK pretty much shuts us down mid on our eco, and we'll keep that in mind for the next round that we're on an eco. So this round we do decide to buy up, I believe, with AKs. And this map isn't too big of a op-oriented map. We really only have one opera on this map, even though we have a couple of people that can really op. And it's mostly dazed, but a lot of times we'll run 5 AKs on our terrorist side. So once again, it's up to me to control upper A. Upper A is not too difficult a position. You just kind of want to make sure that there's no op on this corner. That's the biggest thing for me. You kind of want to make them unsure of how many people you're sending upper. So you do your best to throw smokes. This smoke is particularly good. It smokes the bottom stairway. Off that doorway. I didn't throw it this round, but I will in a couple. And I noticed they like to play 2 riflers uppers, so I'm taking my time. A lot of times just walking uppers the best method, because a lot of teams don't peek until you make sounds. So I was able to control upper, and I'm calling this for my team. And I knew there was a guy on the roof coming into the site because they gave up cat way too easy without an op being there. So I knew there was going to be a guy on the roof, so I peeked it. And lucky enough, sure enough, he was up there and I got a kill. Casey gets killed. And once again, it's up to Daze, the 2v1 situation. He's using his flashes. There's a little shit talking going on. And Daze gets an insane 2-kill. Unfortunately, I couldn't see it on land. Due to the fade to black, but he played that really well with his flashes. He threw his flashes over the building and just strafed in and out. He got a lucky 2k. A lot of what we do on this map is running off a default. We like to run a generic, we like to send like 3 mid and 1 upper, and 1 controlling B outside. A lot of our strats are meant to, you know, kind of not let the enemy know what we're doing until we actually hit them. It kind of looks the same every time we do the strat, so it kind of throws them off. Once again, I'm going to be walking upper, I think. I knew Pex was playing cat, so I know they're either playing 1 spiral or none at all. And sure enough, there's no one here. I think it's really important if you get the opportunity as an upper player, like I am, to take their side upper. There's so many things you can do. A lot of the times they don't even know you're in here, and I think I get a kill on AZK because he doesn't know. Yep. So I take AZK out. I kind of know that they know I'm up here. I take a few pop shots. I get a headshot on a Dren spawn. I don't want to play over aggressive because we kind of had the advantage. I don't want them to get any extra money or make us lose any money. So I'm kind of playing it a little passive here. But again, I succumb to playing too aggressive and Legend takes me out. He's probably going to get a few exits too. It's another thing x3o is very good at that, you know, our team likes to work on is exit kills. Legend didn't need to go for the clutch, but he's hurting our money for the upcoming rounds by killing us, and it's kind of dumb that we're just rushing him like this. So Casey stays with his AK and spawn, but we did lose 2 guns to him on his save. At this point in the match, you know, we're feeling good. 4-2. Season's a relatively, I don't know, it can be an even-sided map in my opinion. And getting as many rounds as you can on the terrorist side is really good because you never know. T-side on this map, anyway, especially at ESA invite line, a lot of people tended to win T-sides. Anyway, what we can see here is we didn't, x3o was on an eco round, we didn't account for it. They smoked over their catwalk and pushed into the squeaky door. I wasn't expecting it. I got 2 kills though, but they did take out a lot of us before they died. So we're watching Freakazoid here, and Casey Foster with the bomb. Now he wasn't expecting the guy upper. He should have probably had his gun out at that point, but we didn't expect another guy B. So Casey Foster in a 1v3 clutch situation gets the bomb down. And it's really, again, it's an important thing to get the bomb down. That extra money really helps you, regardless if you win or not. Casey takes out another. And Daze is actually still alive. Now here in a 2v1 situation, they're not trying to get too aggressive. Playing overly aggressive is kind of what he wants. He wants to get a pick off real quick. He is in Adren. So they kind of played a little bit more passive, played the bomb time, and Adren was forced to save his gun instead of going for the win. Alright, so it's 8th round. We got our 3rd win. We got our eco win, which is something you always want to do. You want to get those eco wins. You don't want them ecoing you. And on eco rounds, it's really important to stay together. In my opinion, splitting up and trying to go for kills is not the best thing to do. You kind of want to wait out, because generally teams like to push on ecos. And it looks like they might be on another eco round here. Is Legend Deagle Polar. They might be on a half by 2, because we know Adren still has that gun he saved last round. So I'm just kind of waiting for upper pushes right here. And I'm making mine, and they pushed in the squeaky door. I didn't expect that once again. That squeaky door push is really deadly if you can get off without anyone seeing you mid. So we're watching Freakazoid and Dazed here. Now Freakazoid's job in vent is to kind of clear out the vents and come out the vent so the op or mid can be distracted. And his job is to distract the op mid so Daze can pick the op. But they get a good trade here, and Daze has the bomb, and him and Casey are in a 2v2 clutch situation. So Daze plants the bomb, and he plays the lower B bomb side entrance, and he spots someone upper. I like playing a smoke in the spot. It's one of the best one ways in the game. As Daze gets a pick here, actually. And they played the bomb site very well again. You know, this is one of those, you know, just basic things. You got to play the bomb time, and that's what they did. And they didn't play it overly aggressive. They played to their advantage, and they won the round. There's a lot of trash talking going on Source TV and online at the same time as this is going on. So, alright, I think we're running something a little bit similar to our pistol round, but Daze unfortunately gets picked early. I think he thought he could go for a pick on AZK, but AZK just got the better of him. And I kind of clear out the up close, trying to bait any grenades and flashes here. And of course the flash comes. I get a pretty sick shot on Adren, if I do say so myself. And we're kind of just holding. We're going to force them to rotate. This guy on B can't rotate. So we see him. He's upper. We know that there's not another in the site unless there's an op. It's smoked off. So we're just going to try to get the bomb down, and I'll cover him as he plants because I know the guy's upper, and I get a kill. Get another beautiful kill. And we're kind of playing a little aggressive because we have the man advantage until the bomb gets down. And it kind of worked in our favor. We had a lot of health and we had the advantage on them. That smoke I just threw is perfect for the lower guys I was talking about before. You just know the guy's there, but I'm trying to play the time. He just got a kill. I'm going to play the time so he can't get the clutch. By this time the bomb's taking too fast for him to go for a clutch, so I'm just going to try to cut him off. We should be going back to our upper setup soon. And like I said, in these coming rounds we should see a few more smokes. I'm actually surprised, we were actually kind of surprised. We didn't have that much resistance at upper as much as x3o usually gives us. They kind of changed their setup for this LAN. I think. We played them enough to know that they kind of played this map a little different. They use the squeaky a little bit more. But once again, I kind of hold for pushes. I like this angle up here. Gives me the advantage of height. I always peek this corner to make sure there isn't an op. I just never just come around it blindly. But Polar gets 2 picks. I see the guy upper. I take a few shots because I know he's playing an M4. That's not an opper. Sunman usually does an op. And I throw a smoke. That's perfect for stairway off that door. Fortunately, I didn't wait long enough, and EZK actually picked me off before it could bloom. I should have just waited a little longer. My mistake. So we're watching Freakazoid on Spiral right now, which is not a bad spot in a 2v1 situation. And he's just kind of hiding cat with low HP. And he does run away, and I believe he saves the gun this round. So again, another round. You know, they seem to be kind of weaker at their A site, so I think we're gonna start testing a little bit more. We've been having more success over there than compared to B. So we're just gonna keep working with, keeps working. Oh, in this round I picked up an op, so I thought I could go for a pick, but I failed miserably at jumping. But a lot of times you can get the jump peek out on the guy before he gets out, so that was my plan. Or Freakazoid that was, for that matter. So yeah, this round we're doing a heavy upper because I called that they're playing a very weak upper. Their rifles are playing it, and they don't really have an op supporting them. And Ryan, or Freakazoid, just comes out and gets a free pick. Sunman throws a few counter flashes. But we should have our guys flanking from cat at the same time. And they're distracted from us at upper, and they come in and get 2 pretty easy entries. Once again, we kind of had 2 at Spiral, so I decided to play this spot. The spot's pretty good. It's not a common spot, and I found it's pretty good. They can't really see you till their head comes around the corner, and by that time you have a free shot on them. I'm just waiting for any flanks that they might have, but I know they're probably saving in a 4v2 situation. Adrian gets a quick kill, and I'm afraid he's going for the bomb, but he decides not to, and we get another win. So we're doing pretty good at this point, 7-4 T side, but we're not getting overly excited because, like I said, on ESEA LAN, people tended to get a lot of T side rounds for some reason, and season itself is a pretty evenly divided map, so anything can happen on the terror side. So we're going into our generic 1-2-2 setup, where we send me upper, 2 mid, and 1 through vent, and 1 distracting B. I'm checking the squeaky because I've known they pushed it so many rounds. So Dren gets a pick on Freakazoid at B. So immediately we know they have controlled B. And Drew gets an entry in a guy A, but even though he takes out our teammates. So I know the site is a little bit weaker. AZK might have had to rotate off to help B because he saw an early pick. I get the kill on Sunman, and luckily AZK isn't in spawn this round. Probably distracted by Daze, but Adren does come over from B and kill me. Polar gets the next kill on Adren, so anytime you can trade like that, it's advantageous. So Drew tries to take control of upper A, and Daze kind of waits on the other side of upper A. And what they're doing right here is just kind of waiting for any peeks. So we know x3o likes to peek. Daze hands the bomb to Polar because he has more health and needs a rifle. It's better for him to have the op. Legend kind of sneaks up on Daze too, so it's a 1v1 situation. So what Drew does here is really smart actually. He's playing the box, Legend doesn't really have any flashes, and he's playing the time at the same time, the bomb timer. And there's no real way he can lose unless he just gets lucky and gets outshotted. If he plays it right and plays the time, there's no way he should lose that round. Alright, so we have a pretty big lead here. We're in no trouble for money, so any lost rounds we'll be able to buy. We think x3o might be on a save this round because we just beat them a couple rounds in a row. So what we're going to be doing is kind of holding our positions a little bit longer than usual this round. And Adrindis comes around and 1-digs me, but we get a trade. But they get a counter trade, and then we get another counter trade. And we kind of stop their B push on an eco. Legend takes Freakazoid out. And I guess this round's just all about trades. We probably should have just stacked a little bit closer together because we did know they were on an eco round, and we knew they'd be pushing together on eco rounds. So if we just waited a little bit longer, we would have had that way easier. So once again, Casey using smoke to his advantage. Sunman gets a nice kill through smoke. I don't know how I saw him. But Daze used the smoke to his advantage as well. Just picked off Sunman. Alright, so this round we know they're buying up. They're either going to be buying up or saving for their last round. But we're pretty sure they're going to be buying. So we're probably just going to run into our generic setup here. And someone tossed the bomb, but no one picked it up, so I have to go back and get it. So Sunman pushed again, and he did get a kill. He likes pushing that squeaky door. We probably should have, I don't know why we didn't start looking for that more often, but he got another kill there. And it kills me off. So these two are trapped in squeaky, and I think what they're going to try to do is go together and get a pick. We aren't in any worry about money, so money is an issue. So we're going to try to go for a clutch. And a lot of the time during these rounds, they're not so much going for the clutches, they're going for the trade-offs. If they can get a kill without dying, then they'll decide whether or not they want to go for the clutch. But a lot of the times, they're just going in and seeing what happens. If they can't get a kill here soon, or if they see someone, they might not go for the clutch. So Casey throws this generic smoke that's really good. Unfortunately, gets picked off. But if Drew can get the bomb down, that's pretty good right now. No real chance of winning that round, but once again, the money, we shouldn't be in any money deficit right now, so we should be able to buy. And they just won a round, so this should be a full buy round for both teams. A lot of the times on these squeaky pushes, a lot of this could have been prevented, but there's a lot of miscommunication, especially on LAN, since we weren't able to type dead rounds, and we had to take our hands off the keyboard mid-round, and we couldn't talk on vent. So I have to pay extra caution to squeaky door. So I noticed they've been pushing, so I'm just going to wait here a little bit. This is a good spot to kind of blindside people if they come down. Again, I do that peek, make sure there's no op. I can see they pre-naded already, so I know they're probably playing a rifle up close. didn't see anyone, so I know there's probably a rifle playing on the spiral, or they're playing a heavy cat setup right now. And it looked like they were playing a heavy cat setup. I see an op and spawn, but I think I was blind. And really what I'm doing here in this position is just putting pressure on both upper and lower. I don't really need to be a hero or anything. Just kind of putting pressure on both spots. We have the advantage here. So we get the bomb down and I just take off to upper. If you can get into this upper spot, it's really advantageous compared to the spiral spot, in my opinion. So I know one's upper. It's legend. I played that a little bit dumb in a 3v1 with my teammates having low health. So it's Casey and Daze just taking pop shots at each other for this final round. We know he has to go for the bomb since his last round, and we just come up with the kill. Alrighty, so coming into this match we had kind of an idea of what x3o was going to be doing on their T side, what they kind of like doing. They kind of like to do what we do and set a guy outside of B and kind of distract, but they like to hit A a little bit more. So I think what we do first round is play a kind of surprise setup at A, if I remember correctly. And sometimes I like to buy a grenade flash if it's a site that is difficult to retake. But in this case, I know the A bomb site is a little bit easier to retake, so I just buy my grenade flashing kit. Alright, so what we do here first round is actually kind of a bait strat. Casey's going to be playing on spiral, just spotting cat kind of, but not really paying attention to spiral. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to take a few shots if I see them upper, and they're going to be distracted by me while he's around the corner. So the hope is here that they don't really pay attention to him, and he can get some free kills. So I saw that smoke come over, so I immediately know they're probably coming here. I kind of throw a dumb nade because I thought Casey was going to be pushing. I mean, Casey would be dead by the time that nade went off, but he did some work and killed 3 guys. So our strat did work. So eco round, we kind of, I believe this is a round where we do a little setup where we get Casey on top of the little roof here. And this spot's good, especially on eco rounds, because it's really difficult for Glocks to actually, first of all, they're going to be distracted about, they're not going to be thinking about a guy being up there on an eco round. And it's going to be hard for Glocks to really kill him. So, once again, I'm playing this really far away, because I don't want any surprise deagles to kill me. And we do get a bunch of entries in case he does get a kill jumping off roof. And we do like to play this roof setup a lot. A lot of teams don't really expect it. I mean, people know about it, but not a lot of teams play it frequently. So it kind of makes them think when they're coming into bomb site. Especially if we're playing our spiral setup, they don't really know what's going on. They don't know if we're playing on top of the roof or we're playing spiral. We can also have Daze come over from mid later in the round and help us out, which he does with an op later in the game. So they decide to rush cat, and Daze calls it early, and I throw a pre-grenade, and it catches one. So I'm figuring they're doing a spiral rush split because I only saw 3 guys there. And it turns out to be that. You can make a lot of adjustments mid-round just by telling how many people are going where. I saw 3 people going mid, so immediately I knew they were doing a split. There was no way they were going to rush cat and B at the same time. So I've decided to op, and I think the goal here first round is to see if I could get a pick mid. Playing an op cat, not a lot of teams do it, and I don't really see anyone. but they do smoke it, and Legend gets a nice shot. I was planning on nading down there, which is a really good nade. So Ryan's playing vents. Daze has mid, and they have to make some adjustments and put more pressure on A, because we know they're probably going to hit A. And Legend gets some really nice shots this round. So Polar's got to rotate over because we pretty much know they're going A. So Polar's throwing some flashes and a smoke to try to break grenades, but they didn't really throw anything. We know bomb's not down yet. So Daze just got killed by Sunman, and we knew Sunman had the bomb, so kind of told Drew to take off because we knew he was going B bomb site. He should have got the kill there, but unfortunately didn't work out. Drew got the counter pick. So this was kind of a misbuy for us. One of us bought an M4, I think it was Casey, and we kind of didn't have money as a team. So we wanted to dig up, at least give us some firepower to go along with the M4 and see if we can get something done. I'm going to nade down here mid like I was trying to do last round. Or maybe not. So what we did here was a creep up mid, and we're trying to take control of the weird angles of Cat. Some comes out squeaky. We're hoping to stack there and get a kill. We like to heavy stack mid on our eco rounds. It's an easy rotate for us. Also, a lot of times we can just push down this, into the stairway without them knowing, and you can get a free kill or two if they're surprised. So Drew calls B, and we begin the immediate rotate, but we are on an eco round, and taking back B bomb site on an eco round is a little bit more difficult. So they had themselves positioned pretty well, one in pit, one in the corner, and one opping the back. And what's going to go on here is Daze is just really going to go for exits because he has a deagle. He doesn't worry about losing it. So luckily for us, we were able to save that M4 that Casey misbought last round, and we should be able to buy up some guns. If I'm going upper this round, I do buy a gun actually. I buy an op, and we go into our passive setup. This spot's pretty good if you have a good op. It's really difficult for them to kind of guess which side you're on of this pole in front of me. So it's difficult for an op to just jump PQ. What I like to do is take an op shot. If I don't get a kill, usually I'll get a leg shot, and I can throw a grenade either into that doorway or onto the spiral. A lot of teams, as soon as they jump across, they rush the spiral. So a grenade on the spiral really does a lot of damage. Casey pushes up, or Daze pushes up, and I get a pick. Unfortunately, they were there right as he came around the corner. Adrian gets a good counter pick on me, but I do get one kill before I die. So we have a quick flank Cat, but unfortunately their AKs really shut us down on Cat. And it's only up to Polar. So in this situation, Drew's just trying to get exit kills, but it's going to be really difficult for him in a 1v4 because no way he's going to clutch in this situation. So he's just going to kind of try to save this gun right here, hopefully. Alright, so already we see a little pattern emerging from x3o. They throw in a B once in a while, but they're pretty much, they're heavy towards A. A lot of what they do is kind of scouting out what we're doing, and if they see that we're playing if they can get a pick B, they'll usually hit B, but if they can't, they'll usually tend to go towards A. They're doing their generic smoke mid. A lot of the times when they smoke mid, they've been hitting A, so we know what they're doing. So we're kind of stacking for A. Once again, I boosted Casey on top of I boosted Polar actually with the gun on top of the roof. And the plan here was they were kind of going to be distracted by us in sight with deagles, and Polar was able to get kills, just like that. And this was a really close round for us. That setup almost worked perfectly. Basically what happened is we stacked Spiral hard, and we kind of distracted the guys at Cat with their deagles, so they were just forced to run into site after us, and Drew was up there for the cleanup kills. Nearly worked, but Drew wasn't able to get that last kill at the end. It was a good try. So once again I'm going upper, and we feel that we can, we have a really good chance of playing it with the setup and getting them. It's really a good counter for what they're really doing. We shouldn't have really lost the last round I was up here. So we're going to be playing the setup once more. And we get the call that Drew hears B. But I'm going to hang back around the site for a little bit, or one of us will be, to make sure they're not throwing a fake, because x3o likes to throw fakes once in a while. But they do get an entry, and this kind of changes our rotation plans. So Drew gets 2 before he dies, but unfortunately they now have the site, we know. So we're on a quick rotate here. I like the spot looking at upper. You can't really be seen from lower, and you can really catch someone off guard if they try to re-peek the guy fence. So I get a kill on the guy on the right, and we're trying to enter together and not try to split up in the 1v2 or 2v2, I believe. So Casey gets a kill, but I get traded. And it's a 1v1 situation, and unfortunately for us, Juan gets the kill. There wasn't really that much time on the bomb either, even though he had 13 health. So these are close rounds for us, and we're really kind of, we know we can beat them, but we're just getting these really close rounds we're losing to. And we're going to deagle save this round because we don't have any money. And we kind of go into our heavy stack A setup, and I boost once again on top of the roof. They pre-nade Cat, but I counter pre-nade, so it kind of makes them feel like we're playing heavy Cat. But Casey gets picked off early, which is kind of a mistake on his part. So they open Squeaky, they're rushing upper, so we kind of know it's A, so we call for the rotate. But their rifles are just too much for our pistols. And a big mistake we make here actually on these some of these rounds is misbuying. It really hurts your team money if someone just buys early. It forces you to buy guns and not have full armor and grenades, which are a lot of the times crucial, especially on CT side, holding off rushes. So once again we're playing our bait strategy, kind of spiral, but we get an early call. And I'm kind of hesitant here because there's some mixed information coming in. x3o might have thrown a good fake, but for some reason I was scoped in where Dave's was. The spot I'm playing right now with an op is pretty unusual. Not a lot of people play it with an op, and I can get a lot of picks off here usually. It's pretty good too. It's a pretty good setup too, especially if there's someone on spiral, because they won't just rush my upper and kill me. So it looks like x3o is actually walking the bomb upper, and they kind of threw a good fake. As I get called back quickly as someone spots the bomb at A. I like rotating upper, by the way. Going through lower is kind of difficult to take back. I'm just trying to hold them back at spiral right now. I get a nice pick on a Dren. As long as I can keep them out of our side, it gives us a huge advantage of them not being there. Like I said, see how disadvantageous it is to be on spiral? You can easily be naded just like that. So we played it well. I think we even double smoked off their upper after they came out. A strategy we like doing a lot of the times is as soon as you hear someone upper spiral, double smoke it off, and they would have to run through a double smoke, and run into your rifle. But we didn't really run that setup this LAN. So again, we had some success with our passive strategy. I think I'm going to continue to play with an op. I might go for a pick here mid if I can, like I did the first round I had a gun. I missed, but I do spot them, and it gives us the clue that they're probably going A. Because as you've seen on their B takes, they really don't send one mid or smoke off mid. So Ryan gets a nice pick, but AZK gets a trade. And I'm not a huge fan of trading on CT side. I think it's way better if you trade on T side. I'll take a 4v4 T side any day over a 4v4 CT side, just because you're on the attack. So trading really isn't as good on the CT side. So they take control of grates, and we kind of know that they're trying to push B now. They kind of changed up their strat mid round. I'm just holding grates because I know they're in the fence room. I'm holding the stairway. My teammates didn't really call this for me, but he starts hearing sounds B, and we know they're taking the bomb B now. And they just clean up with a good setup in B. So at this point, we're 15 and 11. We're winning. They're down by 4. They need to win all 4 to take it into overtime. We might get a little bit more aggressive, and take a chance to get the win because we have those extra rounds to our advantage. So we'll see what we do this round. Again, I throw that grenade down stairway. It does a lot of damage, especially if there are people down there. And it's really hard for them to actually hit you. Even though Dren did get a pick off on Freakazoid this round. And I did do 40 damage to AZK on the stairway with that grenade. Once again, I'm using my spots to look at upper. It's really a weird spot no one really expects. And I know my teammates are in good positions to cover me. So I believe x3o is smoking up cat at this point, and we only have 1 at the A bomb site, so this is a really bad situation for us. I may have stayed at the site a little bit too long. I should have rotated back, but we did think they were still hitting B. So they throw a counter fake at A, and they actually did decide to bring the bomb back B, which was a smart move on their part, because we fell for it. I'm just trying to spot for any picks here. It's a really difficult spot, and I do get a pick actually, but still a really difficult situation to be in. So good work on x3o's part. We actually took the bait and they threw a double fake, and they got the entries at B and won the round. So I believe what I said this round was I asked for permission to kind of hold B with my op because I was able to afford one. And I think I'm going to try holding it from upper. It's a really good spot with an op to go to, especially since we've been playing with 2 riflers on the site the entire match. Something I like to do with the op is just randomly peek, especially with jump peeking in this game. It's a lot more difficult to just hold corners, so randomly peeking in and out works a lot of the time. As you can see, they weren't really ready. They probably posted up on it but didn't expect it. So I'm just kind of holding weird corners because I know they're going to try to spot the typical corners. And I do get 2 picks this round by myself at B, which is really good for us. And what Polar did here was try to get a gun. When you get picks like that, especially on an eco, my team's on an eco, except for me. You try to get the guns that we down. We even get another kill at A, and we spot the bomb. But I'm just going to continue holding B just in case one of them was holding the bomb outside. So after making those 2 good plays at B, I kind of make the mistake of over-rotating. I probably should have held that corner, but I did believe they were going A. So they kind of jump peek me unusually, and AZK gets a nice pick on me. And I kind of lose the sight for my team. What I probably should have done there was fell back to upper, or even just held the corner I was already at. Probably would have had more success, but I kind of cost us this round. Casey tries to get a pick, 2v2 situation, but we lose. So it's 15-13 now, in favor of us. Really easy rounds we're losing to basic mistakes. Just something like over-rotating or missed calls easily lose us rounds. But we do have money because we got some kills. That was an eco round actually for us. I believe we're deagling though, just to buy up full round the next round, and we are deagling. What we like to do is creep mid like this sometimes and then just explode with 1 flash. Fortunately, AZK gets a kill when he's blind and Legend gets 2 kills running backwards. But exploding mid like that sometimes just works. Teams oftentimes they just hold the stairway waiting for pushes, but if you walk it up completely and just throw 1 flash and explode, catches them off guard, especially if there's only 1 guy. So the score is 15-14, and this is x3o's game point. They need this to tie. This is for our win. And I think finally Daze just kind of settles us down and tells us to go, yells at us to go back to our default setup. Kind of got a little bit too aggressive there, made some weird adjustments to our playstyle that we shouldn't have. So Dave's getting grenaded mid. We hear noises outside of B and we know they're working mid at the same time, so we're kind of getting ready for a B attack. Which might be a mistake on our part actually, as Daze gets picked re-peeking an AK mid. So we know they're going A now, and we kind of made a mistake in rotation once again, either by a fake or just miscommunication. But they get the entries, and I try to go upper, and it's a difficult round to win. And hopefully after this round we make some adjustments, because we were up at one point 15-11, and we should have easily had this match in the bag. But yeah, going into this map, we knew we could beat x3o. They were undefeated going into this map. They hadn't really had any challenge, especially on ESA LAN, up until this point. They've been blowing out teams. So getting this close was a really good confidence builder for us, even though we lost the previous map to them. As we sit here in the dead spec, we kind of had a little team meeting right here, kind of decide what we'd be doing, kind of a little confidence builder. I think what we decided was to go into our default setup that had been working, as we had some LAN issues here, people's computer freezing, slamming of tables. We really thought our passive setups would be working, and they seem to be working, as opposed to our aggressive setups. They really seem to be ready for those. Probably because we played them so many times on this map, they know kind of what to expect. I think we even threatened them to start playing 4v5. They kind of got mad at us for that. And coming into this match, we had actually gone into overtime with A-Dog into triple overtime, so we were not in the mood to play another overtime. I think we went into like 3 different matches with overtimes. As we wait for AZK to reconnect, some brief things. Controlling spiral, especially on a CT side, is really important, especially for us. We never like to split up our players, especially at A. We like to kind of stack together. If you're going to be playing spiral, then we usually have a bait setup at spiral, as you've seen. If we're playing cat, which we really didn't play this much in this match because we didn't think it would really work, you'd like to have, you know, someone either in pit and one on top, or playing aggressive and pushing in a squeaky like they did, but we didn't really do. You don't really want to split up in this situation because this map is so easy to get picks on, and especially it's a kind of a even-sided map. It's really easy for terrorists to get kills. The rotates aren't that far, so teams can get easy rotates and fake outs. And as AZK rejoins, Ryan disconnects for whatever reason. Probably cheating. Alright. So everyone's in. Should be starting. AZK probably toggled. Remember, at this point there's some yelling to ready up. And overtime begins. So overtime is a little bit different. You start with 10k and it's a max of 5 rounds. So you kind of got to conserve your money, especially in my case since I'm an op. You really don't want to full out buy. I usually don't buy like everything. I don't usually buy a smoke grenade if I'm opping. But in this case, I decide that I've been rifling pretty well, so I have a little bit more leniency when it comes to buying. I pretty much full buy. But if you are an op, I usually tend to not buy a smoke grenade or a flash grenade or something because I need to save money just in case we lose. So I'm going to get aggressive on mid with a grenade, I think. Get it proned and ready to nade down. And we do double nade it. And we do some massive damage to AZK. I think we get 82 damage grenade on him, which really gives us an advantage later in the round. So after like showing them a little bit of aggressive cat, we go back to our spiral setup before Legend gets a pick off that forces us to rotate. So I get a kill on Pex, and we knew we did damage to AZK, so I kind of know we have the advantage right now. So I'm not playing it overly aggressive, especially from this spot, which is a really difficult spot. But they were distracted in case he got a pretty good mow down at upper A. So we're trying to play this smart. No over peeking by ourselves, as I'm trying not to do. I know AZK's in pit. I'm not going to try to give him a free kill, so we're trying to play the time here. And it's something we really have to work out a lot as a team, is playing, for the win, which we just did, not going for the kills. Played it smart and forced them to look in 2 different directions, and we got the trade kills. So we know that this is overtime, so if we get a win here, they're pretty much going to be broke for the next couple of rounds. So we're going to go into our usual setup. This round we're going to play a little bit different. We're playing a little bit aggressive setup, where I go into pit in case he gets in the vent, and this really helps us control mid. Dazed, after helping us get to mid, goes and rotates A, so we have someone spotting upper. And I don't see anyone here mid, so I immediately know they're probably going B. And I was right, they do start going towards B. Luckily we were able to get a few picks off before we died. But I'm blind and I don't see this guy jumping up and down in front of me. So we kind of throw a smoke grenade to help us entry into sight. I throw a flashbang and 2 flashbangs. And we kind of get entries as they're really blind right now. I'm amazing, and I get 3 kills. All of them blind though, because I threw 2 flashes. So this round, we know they're probably going to be on an eco round. $10,000 2 rounds in a row, especially if one of them is buying an op. Not likely they're going to have a lot of money. They're probably going to save for next round, or maybe even last. So me and Casey are going to stay close together. He's going to listen for upper while I kind of spot cat. He's probably going to fall back. X3o is working upper this round. I throw a smoke grenade. We double the smoke grenade. Get ready for the upper rush. One on cat. They kind of try an A split here. I get a jump USP. But yeah, they were really confused spiral, especially with like double smokes and flashes going off there. It's really hard. It's a difficult spot for terrorists, especially on an eco. And bombs down, and I'm just kind of playing it smart. I have 14 health, just peeking in and out. And it looks like Pex is trying to save an op this round for AZK, which is a smart idea on his part because they're probably going to be broke. Probably going to be broke again next round. And the smoke I'm playing on cat is very good. We just never had a chance to really use it. They can't really see where you are, and they usually spam the box on the right, or they think you're in pit. I think Drew is actually trying to go for a chase down at B to make sure he can't save this gun. I'm just kind of playing dumb, trying to listen to what Drew's saying online. And Drew does get the kill on Pex to save the gun. And that really helped us actually this round because we know they're probably either going to be on an AK buy or they're going to save. And they probably won't have an op because we saved it that round. So if we know it's an AK or an ACO round, probably going to be an aggressive round. So we're just kind of waiting. And we know they've been really aggressive A, so they're likely going A this round. Ryan actually pushes through this round and doesn't see anyone B, so we kind of know it's A. I'm playing Cat, randomly peeking. We haven't really played there, so there's no reason for them to think I'm there. I see smoke spiral and I double it immediately. They smoke Cat, so I play in their own smoke, and it works out. But even though he gets a trade on me. Daze sees bomb down, but gets picked off by Legend. Yeah, big match. Polar's already on the flank. Fortunately, it's just a 1v3 situation. It's not going to really help him. Yeah, this should have been an easy win for us this round. We kind of just got picked off upper spiral. I think me and Casey kind of split up, and it kind of was the reason it happened. Drew actually tries to go for a ninja defuse, but not enough time. So yeah, we got a little bit overconfident that round. Split up. Me and Casey probably shouldn't have split up. If we'd played spiral with our 2 smoke grenades, we probably would have won that round easily. And had Daze come over and op Cat. But we didn't, and it showed. We lost the round. They got some good picks on us. So hopefully me and Casey learned our lesson. We're sticking a little bit closer together this round. I'm playing a spot that I usually don't play, but I've been killed by many times, so I'm trying it out. Ryan gets 2 nice headshots at B. We're in a 3v5 situation, so we're feeling good about this round right now. And actually, Brian pushed Squeaky that door, so we kind of gave them a taste of their own medicine. He got 2 picks off. Polar spots 2 guys B and with bomb, so we get the immediate rotate. This guy was called in vent, so we knew he was coming B. And he kills himself with a grenade. But overall, pretty good overtime. So we should have been 5-0, but we made the mistake and we adjusted and we won the next round. So we quickly go on the T side, thankfully, no disconnects like last time. And we're probably going to start off with a default, unless Daze calls otherwise, but that's what we usually like to do. Just to try to feel them out, see if they're adjusted in any way to our strats. And it looks like we actually are running a default this round. Actually, we decided to take this round a little bit quicker and see, kind of catch them off guard, so me and Drew kind of rush upper. We know they don't like to send an early rotate to lower, and we do actually catch them off guard. I see AZK spawn and I throw that flash. It's a really difficult shot for him to make, especially if there's a flash there. We get some early picks, and I do take upper really quickly once again. We really caught them off guard with that fast rush. I don't think they were expecting that. I think they were kind of expecting us to run a slow default again. And once again, I'm playing just a gay angle. And I catch Legend off guard. And just some good teamwork right here communicating. We know AZK has the op still, and Adren probably has one too. So I'm kind of just telling everyone to, play a little bit slower. Drew kind of came out for no reason and got picked. But they are going to probably save this. It's a difficult round for them to win, especially with 2 ops. And we get the first round, I believe. We get the bomb down at least, hopefully. Oh, that's right. They do clutch us this round. It's a 2v1 situation. I get 1 kill, but for some reason I didn't hear AZK running up my side. I pre-fired him, but he killed me. Easy round for us too if we didn't repeat. But they got their good picks off and they worked really well in a 2v2 or 2v3 situation. So we know they're playing a little bit differently upper. They've been giving it up once in a while, and that's something really not typical of x3o. I don't know if they were really trying to do, but they've been giving up their upper, and they kind of have a slow rotate from the op mid. So we're really trying to test it. We like to give the bomb to us because we know we're hitting A, especially this round. Polar gets an amazing 2-kill entry. I think they tried stacking it to counter what we usually do, and Polar just gets a nice entry. Gets picked off, but we played smart. I throw a grenade, I know the opper's there. So Ryan gets AZK, so I know it's the CT spawn guy, so I plan a little bit more in the open, just to make sure something like last round doesn't happen. Once again, I head to their side of upper. Probably should have stayed up there, but we have a good 2v1 or 3v1, so this should be an easy one for us. Once again, that was just about entering. Polar got 2 amazing entries upper. They tried to counter what we usually do, which is push upper, and they kind of got destroyed trying to do it. But sometimes that just happens, and it kind of sucks on their part. They didn't do really anything wrong. We just got 2 amazing entry kills. And sometimes you just gotta change up the pace of the game like that. Like, we just rushed upper, and we'd never done that before in the match. And we kind of caught them off guard these 2 rounds. They didn't really expect us to be that aggressive. By this time, my team's also looking at the squeaky door, so I'm not really paying attention to it anymore. So I'm trying to distract them upper again. Remember, it's my job to kind of make them worried about it. So I kind of throw a smoke grenade, and me opening the squeaky should make them think we're going A. Just trying to distract. They may think I'm still upper, so I'm just kind of trying to make noise cat at the same time. So I do a kind of a flick shot, nice shot on Pex. He was boosted up on roof, I believe, and we're trying to wrap to B. I think what I'm going to try to do here is actually wrap to their spawn if they don't try to come through mid. And they don't try coming through mid, so I pretty much don't have a free kill as long as I can get there on time. Kind of took a risk, but it was well worth it. Came around, ended the match. And that was our match on DE season, ESA invite. The only map that actually x3o lost on. This is my first commentary. I hope you enjoyed it.